During the World Refugee Day commemoration in Fonyi Sibano, attention turned to a powerful example of local resilience and innovation where refugee and host communities are working together to address environmental and economic challenges. A highlight day was a visit to a women-led initiative focused on producing sustainable charcoal briquettes in a region where firewood collection has long contributed to deforestation. This alternative method offers both ecological and economic relief. Leading the initiative is Aissatou Cisse, Director of Women Initiative Gambia. Under her guidance, women in the community have begun transforming agricultural waste, including coconut shells, groundnut husks, baobab pods, and dry leaves, into compressed briquettes that serve as a cleaner fuel source. Alongside this, they also produce handmade soaps which are contributing to better hygiene while generating additional income.
First step that we always looked at is the commitment, and also sensitize the community or the group or whoever we meet about climate change. People understand that the climate have already changed and it doesn't change itself. We change it by human beings. And then what we can do is for us to sit together and think about what can we do to be able to make a change or improve the environment. And this is number one that we think is something that we need to prioritize, because people, they cut trees and they use it to make charcoal. And we cannot stop them to cut trees because their income is low. So what we can do is to sensitize them, they understand it, to start afraid about it, and then we give them alternative. The alternative is what we are doing right now. So what they will first do is the commitment, and also go and collect the waste that is available within their environment. It depends on what you have. Whatever you have, if you have only granule cells and coconut cells, it can work. If you have coconut cells with corn caps, it can work. If you have coconut cells with any dry leaf, it can work. But the first thing that you can do, the first thing you should do is to make collection. After collecting, you carbonize them. Then after carbonizing them, we come back and pound them into powder to burn it, to carbonize it, to burn it, to change the color. Instead of the color that it have, you change it to brown, you change it to color, black. It's just like a charcoal after carbonizing it. Then we come to the process. We use a barrel. We use a barrel that we have and we make, and it have a chimney that will going to help us to carbonize well. So when we carbonize it, we pound it into powder. Then after pounding into powder, we have to do a ratio of, depend on what the material that you have already carbonized. Let me explain that. Maybe if you have granule cells and coconut cells, you have to do the ratio and put them together and mix it. Then after mixing it, then you have to find what we call starch that people use when they are ironing their clothes. So that is what we use, and boil it. After boiling it, it's just like a jelly thing, and then you mix it together. The purpose there is to bind it, to make sure that it's bind together and it's strong. Then we have a machine. That machine, you have to put it into molds. Then after having the molds, then you put it under the sun to dry it. You put it under the sun to dry it. So that is how the process is. After drying it, then you can use it to cook. That is the process. Yeah.
Yusufa Gomez, Executive Director of the Gambia Food and Nutrition Association, GAFNA, explained that the project was developed in response to the livelihood struggles facing both refugees and the host population in the region. With many community members previously reliant on unsustainable practices such as charcoal burning and wood collection, GAFNA reached out to partners in Senegal to seek alternatives. These discussions eventually led to the donation of charcoal production machines, which have since transformed local energy practices.
It was conceived based on the livelihood challenges that some of our refugees communities and their hosts are facing in the border villages, especially the border villages here, in terms of trying to diversify their livelihood activities. Majority of them, I can say 85% of these communities engage in charcoal burning and firewood collection and selling. The charcoal burning we've seen of recent, they are cutting down stumps, not trees, not big trees, but stumps of even fruit trees like nettle to use it for charcoal burning. And that is very, very threatening to our fauna and flora. The second aspect of it is the risk associated to charcoal burning. If you look at what they do in their oven, the firewood oven that they use to burn charcoal. It's very risky, very laborious, very time consuming, and the worst, the serious threat is security. We all know along this border, the border is very, very, very protected now by the Senegalese soldiers. And some of these refugees and their hosts will even be tempted to cross over, to go and collect firewood, to do charcoal burning and firewood selling. That is very risky. 2 years back, we've gotten 2 or 3 or 4 people killed by drones from the Senegalese soldiers, because if you mistakenly cross the border, even 1 meter, the drones will see you and they will hit on you. So I came on track and saw what was happening to our forest, it's very alarming. Storms, even fruit trees like nete, like they will even go into cutting down their fruit trees like mangoes to produce this for their charcoal.
Representing UNHCR Senegal, Dishere Youssoufa Ngom joined the commemoration to observe the progress being made. His presence underscored the growing cross-border cooperation that is enabling communities like Fonyi Sibanor to pursue greener and more self-sufficient futures.
We are celebrating the World Refugee Day, which is an opportunity to reflect and to showcase refugees' achievement. And today we are here to witness some good achievement that have undertaken refugees and women community through the support of our partners, GAFNA, to develop their skills, but also to empower them, which is very crucial for UNHCR. So this is also a good opportunity to remind that refugees should be included, and it is very well done in the Gambia. But integration is not only legal integration. We have socio-economic integration and also community integration. And as he just said, we cannot say today who is refugees in this group and who is not. And what we could witness is a very good product which protects refugees themselves, women, but also climate and environment.
Among those benefiting directly from the training was a local man who said how the project is also reducing pressure on local forests while creating employment for women in the area. Previously, transforming charcoal from forest to village was both labor-intensive and environmentally damaging. Today, the new process uses existing agricultural ways, leaving the trees intact. Reporting for GTTV, I am Buba Jallo.